Welcome back, friends. Happy-ish Saturday, I guess, all the way from Washington, D.C. We are in for episode number 20 of my Real Talk with me, Emma G. And I guess, as y'all know, this week has been a little bit fucked up. So we are going real for real. Tonight, and I'm thrilled, honored, and blessed to be joined by a friend of mine for the last couple of years, somebody who I look up to and have great respect for, who teaches me on the daily things that I don't know about when it comes to living in this country, because and he does dope stuff. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, KAS. I'm scared to even ask you the question, but how are you, my friend?
How you doing? I'm blessed, but I'm pissed. Yeah, does that make sense?
Totally. 1000%.
I am blessed that I am able to wake up and see another day, talk to my children, talk to my wife. I'm blessed to be able to do what I do, but I'm pissed because of where we are right now in this world. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it didn't take for this situation to happen. It just took for this situation to say enough is a fuck enough.
Yeah.
You understand? I apologize to your listeners right now for my language, but you're not going to get that ha hoo ho uppity KAS today. So I just want to apologize to you and your listeners, because I have a lot on my heart, and it's just a lot right now.
You do not need to apologize for your language. It's the same thing. I feel like we're all in a very similar boat. I was chatting to my neighbor a couple of hours ago, and she's the most embracing, warm and loving person, but we're crying. We're crying. And
yeah, we're crying over something that we should not be crying over. I'm 53 years old, and we're still talking about the same shit. We're still witnessing the same thing. We're still dealing with the same thing. So I have no remorse for that coward, that Raggedy Ann of a cop. I have no respect, no nothing for him, because we all know, we all know, like, why do they have to further investigate? We have video. How much proof do you need? I remember growing up of a crime scene, they were excited about the video because the video was the speak all, speak all. The video was the one that put the person away. So why are we still investigating when we have a video of this no good for nothing of humankind of my race? You understand? That was my brother. I don't need to know him to say that was my brother. That was my brother. That could have been my son. That could have been my daughter. That could have been you. That could have been me. That could have been any of us. You understand? But there was a sense of empowerment that he has been given, because we've seen his track record. We've seen his track record. He has what, over 20 accounts against him? Like, come on. This is America. This is where I was born. Don't get it twisted. There's great opportunities here in America that I probably would not get, but I've lived in London. They've never called me a nigger. They've never looked at me like that. I've lived in Asia, Korea, Japan. They've never called me a nigger to my face. But a place where I'm born, a place where I am right now, they'll call me a nigger. You understand? They'll try to strip you of everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They will, anything that you have dealings with the police, they'll try to demise and discredit who you are as a person. We've all made a mistake. We've all crossed a situation where we wish we could get it back, but that doesn't characterize who we are.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get the us being human first. This man did something that he would do, that he was trophying like we were animals.
Right.
He was standing over us like a lion would stand over his prey.
Mm-mm.
You understand? Like, come on. This is a human. This is a man crying out he can't breathe. And then here's the thing, they crossed each other. They worked with they've seen each other. So you can't say he didn't know who he was. I don't want to hear that. You can't say that. You understand? And the 4 others, they need to be prosecuted too.
Mm. Yeah.
I got friends who are cops, and I told them, if you think that this is okay, lose my number. Don't talk to me. I have nothing to say to you. That's the problem. Police officers get mad at the hood where I grew up because we have this policy, no snitch. But you're doing the same thing. You got your fellow worker out here doing dirt and you know it, but yet you're not checking him. Yet you're not calling him out. You're like, oh, we have to stick together. What's the difference? What's the difference? But until it happens in your background, in your backyard, you turn the cheek. When it happens in your backyard, you want help. I can't be mad at these young folks out here. They angry. I can't be mad. You're telling me I'm in my 50s. My mother went through this. My grandmother went through this. My grandmother's grandmother, my grandfather went through this. And we're still talking the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it can't be us. It's the government. It's the powers that be. You understand?
Yeah.
That's who it is. We have to hold them accountable. That president of you all's Trump, he don't give a shit about us.
Not my president, but yeah.
If they loot, you must shoot. What? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this to you loud and clear. I don't know if you know of the saying, the revolution will not be televised.
Oh, of course, Gil Scott Heron. Yeah.
I'll tell you this, the revolution will be televised if they
Right.
keep up with this shit.
Right.
I promise you. I promise you. You think it's something now? If you're not woke now, you sleep. If you didn't come into this pandemic and you come out of this the same, then you sleeping. And I don't want to deal with you because you and I, we have nothing in common. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done, Emma. This is a wrap. This is so much stuff that I want to talk to you about. It's so much stuff that I want to get off my chest. It's just
We're here for it. We're here for it.
it's just I'm furious right now.
You talked about I can't remember the exact term you just said, but you mentioned that this is it. Basically, this is shit's gonna happen now. Like it's time. It's time.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
No, for real. Like, so I want
It's
to
like this. It's like this, and I hope your listeners really understand the analogy I'm about to give to you.
Right.
It's like this. If you keep on dangling something in front of someone and keep saying that they can have it, then you take it, then they can have it, then they can take it. He's eventually going to get tired of it and bite you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We're tired. We're going to bite you right now.
Right.
By any means necessary. By any means necessary. This revolution will be televised.
Word.
I promise you.
Word. What is it? So in your mind, like I think there's a lot of people, communities, people in my community, my neighbors, during this pandemic, I've made my community has really come together. My entire block, several blocks that I live around, I go for runs and whatever, we all know each other now. We're family. And one of the things, as I'm walking around the block today, everybody's crying and wanting to connect and things. And they're saying that, things need to change. What does that change look like? What are the action steps that you feel we need, besides people waking the fuck up? What does that actually look like to
That change starts immediately in your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I remember growing up, we had the Black Panthers,
Mm-hmm.
you had the Angels, you had Neighborhood Watch,
Mm-hmm.
you even had the OGs.
Mm-mm.
However you want to stigmatize the OGs or the drug dealers or whatever, you could never go in a neighborhood and do what these policemen are going in neighborhoods to do. There was a code.
Yeah.
We had a code. So it has to start with the wards, Ward 4, Ward 5, Ward 6, whatever the wards, the congressmen, the immediate people who you have immediate access need to be accountable. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I hate the fact of how they have set up the system to whereas if it's someone is not doing what they say they're doing, hold up, let's back up. I'm going to give you the comparison of someone in office and someone going to a 9 to 5.
Okay.
When you first meet them, you're interviewing, right?
Right.
Some people are great interviewers,
Right.
but terrible at what they do once they get the job.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with these politicians. They're great interviewers. They'll give you everything you want to hear. And then when they get into the job, they can't fulfill it. The only difference between them and us, one, we may get a warning or they're going to fire us.
Mm-mm.
With us, with the politicians, we can complain, but we can't get them out into the next election. So you mean to tell me we got to deal with them for a 4-year, a 2-year, a 1 year, or whatever that looks like? We have to deal with the stupidity because you interviewed well. Your interview was immaculate.
Mm.
You understand? Your campaign was immaculate.
Mm.
You told us everything that we wanted to hear and we hired you. But then when you got in the office, you couldn't fulfill anything that you said that you could do on that resume. Your resume didn't talk what your interview did.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm telling you?
That's
so
right.
Then now they could fire us. They could let us go at the job, but we can't let them go right away. You understand? We can march, we can protest, but they don't hear us until we light shit on fire, till we break shit. We can do a peaceful protest. We've been doing peaceful protests before I was born and you were born.
Mm.
So then if we're doing that and they give us a bone, then things die down, but it's still there. It's still there. Racism has been there since before we were born, Emma.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is it's being filmed. It's being filmed.
Right.
More people are filming it, but it's been there. So it's just like we have to stop all of this rah-rah and talking. I don't have the answers. I don't have all of the answers. If I did, I would be on it. But I'm going to be part of the solution.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you that. You'll see more of me with the solution. My narrative, we have to rewrite the narrative because the narrative of their history, I can't fuck with it. I can't, And then I had a conversation with a friend of mine and they was like, well, KAS, you have to be careful what you say because you have white clients, you have white friends, and how would they feel? Listen, let me tell you something. I'm not blaming all white people, but you understand? I got some great white friends. Great. We have mutual great white friends.
Word.
But I'm telling you, if you're not talking about this, if you're not beside me with this, we don't have nothing to talk about.
You're part of the problem. 1,000%.
You're part of the problem.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Your ancestors it may not have been you, but your ancestors have suppressed, have created this.
Yeah.
Way before we were born.
And
Way
trauma
before we were born. If
runs
you
in
don't
here.
want us here, give us back all of the money that we created this world, and we'll get the fuck out of here and create our own city and leave us the fuck alone. You understand? If that's the case, but I'm telling you right now, they have created, they feel they have this privilege. And it's not all. I'm not going to categorize and put everyone in that position. I hate when people say I'm not colorblind. Stop it. We all different colors. We see color. It's good to see color because now you can see the difference. Stop saying I'm not colorblind. You are. We are. We see color.
Mm-hmm.
We see color. It's a good thing. Stop making that a bad thing, and you got to justify. I'm not colorblind. Mm-hmm. I see everyone. No, see us. Learn. Just like you came into the States. I have to learn. I want to learn your culture. I want to learn where you come from. I can't demise you because I don't understand all of your language. I can't put you down because of the fact you speak a certain way. No. That's what makes America great.
Yeah.
Of all the different cultures.
Yeah.
And then my young people, stop killing each other. Stop going out here killing each other. You part of the process. You part of the problem. You're part of the problem. You killing each other. You burning down these neighborhoods. Okay. I'm not gonna be, I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm not gonna be mad if you burn down a Target. I'm not gonna be mad you burn, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. A Walmart. I'm not. You know why I'm not gonna be mad? Because I ain't seen none of them fighting for us. Just because you providing a job, but you slaving us. It's it's called modern day slavery.
Yeah.
I'm glad that people will be able to work, but you got to know your worth. Mm-hmm. You understand? Mm-hmm. You got to know your worth. And if you don't know your worth and you allow someone to value who you are as a person, you will never get your full potential. Mm-hmm. You will never cash in what you're supposed to do. But we got to stop burning down our own neighborhoods. I feel so bad for so many of these people who have their businesses. They don't have the money to rebuild. But you know what happens? Now they can't rebuild. Now the power that be, these larger corporations, comes into the neighborhood. They buy these properties. They don't build right away. They let it sit so that neighborhood can devalue. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they buy up blocks and blocks and blocks. And then they build all these luxury stuff that we can't afford. Or we can't even get a piece of to open up a business because it's too much. We got to be smart. We have to be smarter. We have to pay attention. We have to wake the fuck up. Word. We are not okay. We are not okay. We're not going to be okay until we start owning. We're not going to be okay until we start patronizing each other and stop asking for the hookup. Stop asking for the discount. You don't discount Gucci. You don't go in Nordstrom's and get a discount. You don't go in Macy's to get a discount. You don't go in Saks to get a discount. This is how they survive because they don't give out discounts. Yeah. But yet, they don't understand the value of community. Word. And we won't get that until we put the right people in the office. And if not, we get their asses out of there.
I have so many things I want to say to that. Did you, you reminded me of like the whole burning down the houses thing. Did you see Killer Mike's speech this morning?
I'm sorry?
Did you see Killer Mike's speech this morning?
I saw it last night live.
Right. Okay. Well, I was crying last night, so I did not pay attention at all. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I don't need to say, but for those who missed it, it was along the lines of, you know, it wasn't just Dr. King and people dressed nicely who marched and protested. It was people like my grandmother, like my aunt and my uncles. It is our duty to not burn down our house down for anger with the enemy. It is your duty to fortify your own house so that you might be a refuge in times of organization. Now is the time to plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize.
Exactly, because I'm tired of people thinking they don't take people seriously if you don't have on a suit, if you don't have on a collared shirt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's stereotypical right there. There's a lot of people out here on the front line grinding, doing things that don't wear a suit. Like it's not about how you present yourself, it's what you do.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That a thief can present himself in a manner that will have you open up his home. It doesn't mean he's not going to steal from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. We already the laughing stock of America. You know, we are. We have a realtor as a president. He's a real estate agent, and he's our president. He's never been to war. He's never been in the military. He don't know anything about politics, but he can sell you a home. He can tell you the strategies of filing Chapter 7. He can do all of that. You know what I mean? He can sit here and tell you, if you loot, you shoot. He can sit here and make a tweet and say the protesters at the White House, they should have let the dogs out on them. This is the president. This is you all's president, because he ain't mine. Mm. You feel so now you have someone in an office that is talking radical like this. May 16th, you had a protest of white folks, okay? Mm-hmm. That went to I think they went to Congress, or they went somewhere, and they protested. They had guns, they had everything, saying, we want to end this whole pandemic. Let us out. We need to get out. We want to go nails. We want to get our hair. We want to do this and that. Mm-hmm. They did nothing. Your president tweeted, they're angry, they're frustrated. Let them out. Understand them. Listen to them. See what they're trying to say. May 26th, this arrives. God rest in peace, Mr. Floyd, killed by a white man. We got fed up. He tweeted, they're savages. They're thugs. What? You have the National Guard out there, but yet these white folks are going in here with their guns. They were armed, yelling. Listen to them. People got to wake the fuck up, man. We got to wake up.
I think that's a really good point, though. We need to listen, not you and I, obviously, but, you know, people, especially allies or people of privilege, need to start listening to, to people of color and minority communities, so that they can be part of the solution. You can't understand or fix something that you don't understand, rather, right? And I've seen a couple of articles posted about people, well-meaning white folk, wanting to support and be part of the solution, but are approaching it from a completely wrong angle. Sorry, you know, because there's a lot of lack of listening. There's a lot of lack of understanding.
Because people listen to respond, they don't listen to understand.
Right.
And that's the difference. I appreciate this situation right now. It shouldn't even be about race. It should be about humanity.
Yeah. You
understand? It's way bigger, because this has gone on way too far. You're telling me that we are still fighting for justice. We are still fighting for equal opportunity. We are still fighting for this when our grandparents, our ancestors have been fighting for it, and we're still fighting for the same thing. That means they're not listening. So then when you get to this point, what do you expect someone to do? What do you expect the reaction to be? What do you think, that we're going to come in there and be like, hey, can we talk again? Hey, I'm here again. No. After a while, you keep knocking and knocking. After a while, you're gonna say fuck it, and you're gonna kick in the door.
Word.
And it has. I'm so disappointed. You know, we have. Then they threw this stimulus plan, saying we got to get it to the small businesses because that's what's going to make the economy keep moving forward. Do you know how many times I have applied for this?
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I've applied for the COVID relief? They're giving it to the airlines. They're giving it to the larger corporations. They're giving it to the car companies. By the time they get to us, they're going to run out of money. There's excuse. I could show you emails of people I'm applying to. Man, Emma, if you walk into this whole pandemic and come out the same, you've been blind. And I'm not saying you, I'm just saying people, you're blind and you are part of the problem.
You know me, I always try to be that person that tries to empower those who are maybe not as woke as they could be. And I say that knowing full well that I came to this country relatively blind. And it's been a very quick, eye-opening experience, especially since 45 got into office, about the fears that my mother had when I moved here, for example. So I try to emphasize how, like, action steps, I guess, for people to take, but it's such a complex, and it's not even a complex thing, it's fucking simple, but it's such an overwhelming concept to talk to be friends with, to have a conversation, to listen, I think, for a lot of people who want to do something better but don't know how to. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, like, at the end of the day, and I was talking about this with a good friend this morning, like, she legitimately doesn't know how many, especially like white Christian straight human beings, how to encourage them to branch out and actually walk on the same side of the road as a Black man.
Wait, say the last part again.
Have the confidence, the bravery, or just, the basic humanity of being able and the, well, able, I don't know if that's the right word, but being brave enough to walk on the same side of the road as a Black man.
She said that's what she said. She don't have the bravery.
That's what she feels a lot of people in her demographic struggle with that, right?
I think that comes from family values. I think that comes from lack of understanding. I think that comes from lack of immaturity of really having a conversation. A lot of white folks don't even want to talk to you. They don't even want to have a conversation with you. They feel uncomfortable because they feel that they're more superior than you. That's ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a ball of ignorance. I can't even justify that situation. You understand? Mm-hmm. I pay my taxes. I live in America. I'm gonna walk where the fuck I want to walk.
Word.
But that's just me. If you feel threatened by me walking down the street, that's what you were taught. That's what you started believing.
So how do we break that?
Huh?
How do we break that?
Education, educating yourself. Stop living in fear. These news stations, they perpetuate fear. They show you all the worst. They show you everything. They're really messed up in the head now because of all of this vandalism and everything that's going on. It's been white folks. And I don't want to make this conversation of a black and white, but I'm calling a spade a spade. You understand? All black people are not good people. All white people are not good people. So she could walk down, that person could walk down the street on the same side as a white person and they can rape them. They could kill them. They could rob them. They could do all of that. It's education. It's understanding, it's your mindset, and stop believing everything that you see.
Mm.
I always tell people of a different race, have you ever sat down and talked to people from different countries? And some of them say, no, what for? And I'm like, you could learn a lot. I thank God that I was able to live in a lot of places around the world, because it opened my eyes to whereas it made me spoiled. You understand? So it really, I was spoiled before I started traveling the world. There's a lot of great cultures out here that I'm glad that I was able to learn, even from you, just my relationship with you, teaching me about the things that you grew up on, the things that you were doing. You understand? To me, I think that's amazing, you know, but that's me because I'm opening up, I'm willing to learn because I don't know everything.
Mm.
Because if I had it my way, if I stuck in the time era that I grew up, I would look at all white people as devils, Ku Klux Klan. You understand? All of that. But I'm not narrow-minded like that.
Mm.
But that's me. I refuse to be locked in a box and thinking that way. To me, people who think like that, you're afraid, you are afraid of yourself as a human. So you believe what people tell you because that's your safety net. Well, they said that black people, or they said this man, or they said this woman is like this. That's ignorant to me. That tells me you when you were born, you were pure. You saw no color. You were taught what was right or wrong. Am I right?
Totally.
So you were taught this. There was a lot of things that I was taught from my family, but then as I got older, I'm like, okay, it's not fully right.
Yeah.
I'm being honest with you.
No, I hear
I got uncles. I had uncles that said white folks was the devil. I grew up in a household like that. I grew up in a household that they hated white people. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So as I grew up, I'm like, I hated white people. But then I went to a mixed college. I went to University of Georgia, and I went to Georgia Military College.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia Military College was a culture shock to me in a major way because it was in Milledgeville, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I had connected with racism in my face.
Right.
They called me a nigger. We went into I tell this story all the time. I went into a bowling ring with my brothers and sisters. We didn't know, we were trying to learn the town. So we saw a bowling ring. Let's go to the bowling ring. This is a true story. When we walked into the bowling ring, it was all white people and the music stopped. Facts, not making this up, nothing. The music stopped. They looked at us and like, what the hell are you doing in here? Facts. I went into the bathroom because I was like, oh God. Three guys came into the bathroom, didn't know I was in there, and they said, yo, let's round up the boys. Let's get these niggas. Yes, in Milledgeville, Georgia in 1985. When they walked out, I walked out. I ran to the guys. I said, let's get the fuck out of here. They was like, what's up? Let's go right now. Mm-hmm. And we jumped in our cars. We looked back. They were deep. It had to have been 30 to 50 of them, and it was only 10 of us. And we drove off. I was in an armed drill team in college. We went through this town. They had a billboard sign that said, no niggas after dawn. This is stuff that I witnessed personally, myself. I had a roommate. He could pass for a white guy. He was getting his hair cut. The barber told him, tell your nigga friend, we don't cut niggas' hand here. I witnessed this personally in Milledgeville, Georgia. You understand? This is the first time that I'm witnessing all this. So I know firsthand what it feels. So I can only imagine what my mother, what my grandparents went through,
Yeah.
and my family before that. I can only imagine. I only can watch videos and see them putting water hose on them, punching them. Come on. And we're still dealing with this now in 2020.
Mm.
Can you imagine what they were dealing with and we didn't have camera phones, any of that to show the world? But now we do. And now you're telling me that this man, not just with Floyd, but other people who have gotten killed that were videoed, and we have to look into it. Come on. No, man. No. We're not okay. Enough is enough.
Enough was enough a long time ago.
Yes.
A long time ago.
Yes. And again, I'm speaking of a human race, not a black race, not a white race, not an Asian race, not a Latino American race. I'm talking about humans.
Yeah. How in the next, I mean, one of the things that I've seen over the course of the pandemic and that I was really hopeful about was, communities were starting, I think, to come together again and actually communicate and connect a little bit. I feel that this recent event is tearing people apart again. Do you think that there is any kind of, what do you think is going to take to bring us together again besides
change? Period.
What does that change look like?
Change.
What does that change look like?
That change look like first and foremost, getting the right people that we need in office.
Okay.
That's going to stand for us. That's going to speak for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to fluff anything. They're going to keep it exactly how it is. Change.
Mm-hmm.
It starts there, and then it starts within the community. We can't depend on them to protect our community.
Right.
We have to come together and start protecting our community. We have to clean up our community. We have to say we can't depend on the police. The police is not reliable.
Right.
And I honestly want to say there are good cops out here, but it's up for us to police our own community. I remember growing up when we had the older OGs and me as a youngin'. If we got out of line, they would come check us. Like, yo, what you doing, young blood? Like, what's wrong with you? We can't have that here. This is our neighborhood. Like, what are you doing? Like, they not having it. We need immediate community leaders. That's what we need. It starts at home, then it trickles out into the street. Then it starts out into these offices. We have to make people accountable. And it's unfortunate, the only way that we're going to make people really pay attention is either vandalizing or taking it in their pockets. They don't understand us writing letters. They don't care about that no more. They don't care about us protesting no more. They don't care about us picketing. They don't only pay attention until it starts affecting their pockets, affecting their voting, that's when they start caring. That's when it starts caring. So until then, we are never going to see change. We're not. We're going to talk about this another 10, 20 years later.
Right. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I've been really conscious about is obviously supporting as many Black-owned businesses at the moment. Well, I've been doing it for a long time, as possible. Really feeding into that community spirit, which is something that you're doing obviously as a Black-owned business between you and your wife. Have you noticed, I mean, you've pivoted your business, I hate that word pivot, but you've pivoted your business a lot with the pandemic. You've gone from doing fashion design to, making custom face masks. Are you thinking along the lines of doing more targeted stuff as a result of recent events, or
My thought process has changed. It's more technology
Okay.
right now. And what I mean by technology, I'm really educating myself on the online business
Mm-hmm.
technology to be able to survive.
Okay.
Because in the manner that I'm doing it, I'm blessed that I was able to do what I'm doing. We're still going to need, custom, but it's going to be different. In order for me to survive and in order for me to be able to feed my family, I have to change the narrative of how I do my business. And it's more technology based right now. You
Okay.
know, my wife is way more educated as far as it is concerned with online because she already had an online business called
Mm-hmm.
Adorables, and whatnot. Me, it was more hand-on, it was more worldwide, it was more movies, it was more video shoots of how I really got myself out there, stores, my stuff in stores and stuff. But now you have stores that are going to be closing down. It's going to be even harder to get in stores, which I have to start focusing more on electronical basis as far as online servicing and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, it it's tough, Emma. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah, I know. I know. And you're hustling, and
And they're not helping.
I know.
You dig what I'm saying? They not helping. They talking. They not helping us. They're taking away from us. I'm a man that work hard. All I want to take care of my family and provide and give opportunities for people. So yeah, we tired. People are cooped in here. They don't have no money coming in, but they cooped inside. They tired. They. What do you expect for someone? How you expect to live? We tired, man. We trying to figure anything and everything out. We tired. We trying to figure it out. When you taking away, they constantly taking away from us. It's over, man. We tired. We work hard. We try to provide. We ain't asking for the world. We just asking for a peace. And the peace that you give us, you still try to control and take away from us. So I can't be mad at them. I can't be mad at what they see. If America don't wake up, they really gonna get woke. This is going on too long. There's a lot. I talk to my friends that own businesses, man. This is tough. We tired, man. So yeah, my thought process has to change. It has to do better. We got banks out here that saying, oh, we want to help small businesses. Do you know how many banks I've gone to? Oh, you don't have the credit score. Or you don't have enough collateral. Or you don't have enough whatever. How can I get it if you're not allowing me to get it? So now I have to create my own way. And then if I create my own way, it's not the right way. It's not the American way. What is the American way? What is the American way for a strong Black man who has major talent? You've seen my work. The world has seen my work. And there's other guys that are even better than me that are struggling. And we try to support each other. You got businesses like the young brothers that I love them, man. I support them. I give them knowledge. I give them my resources and anything. You got back of house. You got core. You got museum. You got eat. You have fashion designers out here like Ian Williams. Like it's so many. I'm having a brain fart right now. You have stylists, like Sankara, stylists like my daughter, Coco, Juno the stylist, my son, Felipe the stylist. We out here, we always got to compromise. Compromising our gift. Why? Why do we have to compromise our gift in order for you to feel comfortable to buy from us, to work with us? We have the skill set. We've proven it every day. Why is it always a negotiation? But then I hear you bragging, I see you wearing all of these luxury brands. I'm a luxury brand. I could compete with the best of them. My younger brothers out here, they can compete with the best of them. We're not asking for a handout. We're asking for the same opportunity that you give any of these large corporations. These large corporations, check us out. Come see us.
Yeah.
Come see what we bring to the table. We may not have all of the resources that these bigger brands or the amount of money that these bigger brands, but we have the knowledge, we have the hustle. Check us out. Come see us.
Yeah. I mean, your work is incredible. You studied under Yves Saint Laurent. You've done New York Fashion Weeks. You've done all kinds of incredible stuff. You've been working with The Rock. You're working with Billie Eilish, I believe. You know, it breaks my heart that the battle is still so steep.
It is. We fight every day. Every day is a battle. I can't sit home and feel like, oh, I'm tired, I can't go in today. That's a meal that my family missing. That's an opportunity that I'm missing to be able to put my family in a better situation. It's bigger than me. I'm trying to leave a generational wealth for my children's children. I'm trying to leave a better opportunity for my homeboys, my homegirls, people like you, that I can open up a door and be like, you know what, because of KAS, I'm able to do this now. Because of KAS, I'm able to dress a movie because he brought me in. Because of KAS, he allowed me to be able to do the movie that I wanted to, because he gave me clothes to do for a show to make my movie look better. It's a collective group. That's why I say it's bigger than me. It's way bigger than me. I'm just another key to try to open up the door. Everybody ain't as bold as I am. Everybody is not as determination as I have. So if I open that door for them, then they can be like, tag, I'm in, thank you. I don't look at it for me. I may not be able to see all of the things that I've done while I'm here on this earth. So while I am breathing, while I can see, while I have the ability, while I have the know-how, I'm gonna keep fighting, period. I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna fight for you. I'm gonna fight for my family. I'm gonna fight for my kids, my friends, my homies. I'm gonna fight. I'll carry that torch. I'll take those problems. I'll deal with it because I'm built like that. I done had so many things thrown at me, so many people talk bad about me, so many accusations at me, so many anything come at me. And I'm gonna keep standing. I'm gonna keep fighting. You can bring up my past, you can do whatever you want. That's not who I am, because you never got the opportunity to learn who I am. You never got the opportunity to sit down and have a conversation with me. You base it off of what someone else tried to depict with me. I hate people that come into our life in a chapter in our life and think that they know everything about me. You never had the opportunity to read the whole book. Sit down with me, have a conversation with me. I don't know everything. I don't have all the answers, but I'm strong, I'm compassionate. I'm a loving person. I don't need to know you to tell you that I love you.
I want you to know, KAS, you know, you and I have known each other for almost 2 years now. And it's the same thing, like you and I have, we've run in circles around each other, we've bumped into each other at random times. Please know that you are not alone in this fight. You have an army beside you. And
I appreciate that.
Well, that's what I want.
But you know too, you have a general beside you. You have a king beside you. And I will not bow down to these peasants out here that try to dethrone me. It's not gonna happen. That's why I said when we did this interview, you're not gonna get that old KAS. This is the new me. And I'm not standing for it. I'm not settling for anything. My family deserves the best. I don't want to hear no more preachers come to me, and no disrespect to the preachers. Don't come to me and say, I can reap, I wanna reap all the benefits and the jewels of when I get in heaven. Hell no. I want my jewels and righteousness right now while I am breathing, while I am walking. I don't know what I'm gonna come back as. I don't know what's going to happen in the afterlife. But while I'm living and I have a conscious mind, I want to live as heaven is on earth right now. So I don't want nobody come to me and telling me now he's in heaven, he's going to see the better days. I want my better days right now. I'm asking for it now, and I won't settle until I get it right now.
The fight is here. It's time to show up.
But on a brighter note, Emma, and to your listeners, and to people who've never seen me act like this, I'm not apologizing. I'm telling you to wake up. I'm telling you to come together. I'm telling you, when this quarantine and I see you and we don't have a conversation of how we can move forward and make things happen, how we can help one another. Like I say, I don't have all the answers, but you definitely have a soldier that is be willing to go out here and fight and dig and do whatever it needs to be done to get it done. You have that. I do have a little knowledge. I do have a little pull. I do have a little something, but I am not apologizing for how I feel. I am not apologizing because of what's going on. I'm telling you right now, we gotta make a change. We gotta make a change. And the change starts with us, within. Your listeners, I know that there are entrepreneurs, there are family people, there are loving people, there are people trying to figure out what their life, what their vision should be, what their purpose on this earth should be. We can do that together. It took a while for me to figure out what my purpose was on this planet. And when I did, it struck a torch in me. You understand?
Yeah.
And we can always say, we got to do this, we got to do that. No, stop talking. Say what you can do on your part. Say what you can do on your part, Emma. I'll say what I can do on my part. Let's bring it together and let's figure out how we can make it all work.
And if people do want to join you, you know, the conversation starts with this. It starts with us. You're more than welcome to everybody who's listening, more than welcome to get in touch with either me through the Hug Mafia, because everybody needs a soul hug right now, I think, or with KAS, you know, or directly via his Instagram or Facebook page. It's really important that we...
Yeah, get at me. Let's talk. Get at me. Any investors out here, let's talk.
Yeah, for real.
Any banks out here that's looking for a young, strong business, let's talk. Anybody that wants to do a business venture together, let's talk. Let's do it.
Show up for each other. 1,000%.
Yes.
1,000%. Thank you so much, my love.
I appreciate it. Hey, God bless you, man.
Back at you.
Yeah.
I'm here for you. I'm here to show up, and anything that I can do, even if it's just to be a listening ear and a soul hug through the phone, I'm here.
I appreciate it. And your listeners, ask yourself this: what do you lose? What are you willing to lose in order to gain? What are you willing to lose in order to gain? And what are you tired of? Because we are not okay. Hey, I love you, Emma.
I love you too, man.
Take care.
Thank you so much. Be good to each other, guys. Spread love like it's going out of fashion. Be your own damn superhero. And don't forget to call your mom.